Hey, eighth graders. I am gonna make this little video to try to help you guys register for your ninth grade classes. Hard to believe you guys are gonna be high schoolers in a few short months. So the process is actually pretty simple, and I think I've simplified it as much as we possibly can. So if you can see on the screen here, I'm going to go to the student parent sign in for PowerSchool. You can reach, if you don't know how to get here, you can go to the RSU 29 webpage and then find it. But all you students should be able to get here. And then you're going to log in under your student account. And I have a student account set up here in my name. So I've put in my username and my password. I'm just going to click sign in. Okay. So over here on the what will be the left-hand side of your screen over here, if you can see where my mouse is, there's a link here on the side that says class registration. You just need to click on that class registration link. Okay. And you're going to see that, make sure your name is up here, obviously, if you're logged into your account, but you are going to see on the top are your ninth grade core courses. Now, these are the classes that are required for you to take. So you have to have an English, a math, a social studies, a science. You also have to have a half a credit of gym as a freshman and a half a credit of health as a freshman. So all of those are already plugged in there for you. If you don't see them, you can go in and edit it, but they should be all in there. And those are based on your English and your math are based on, and your science too, are based on the recommendations from your eighth grade teachers. So you may see CP English 9 here, you may see Honors English 9 here, or you may see just English 9, which is the general English class. And if you have questions about the different levels of English and math, or if you have a question about what you see in there, any questions at all, just shoot me an email. You can also reach out to Mrs. Pierce. She's helping with scheduling too. So you can email me or email Mrs. Pierce about anything. If you see anything in this upper box here that doesn't look right, you can send us an email. But you also have the power to change things in here. If you go to this little pencil button here, you can edit the core courses, but you really shouldn't need to, as long as everything's in there. You will see, for most of you, your science is broken up into 2 semesters. So there's a semester of earth science, and then there's a semester of computer science. So it will look like 2 sciences, but it's not. It's 1. Freshman social studies that's everyone's going to take that same social studies class. So up here you have already, you can see down here, you have 5 credits that are already in there that you have to take. And again, there's no you have to take these classes. Okay, so there's no wiggle room. There are different selections, but there's no wiggle room as far as you have to have a math and English, social studies, science, health, and PE. Okay, so 5 credits already. That's the good part. Okay, so you have to take a minimum of 6.5 credits as a freshman. So you're going to go in under the electives now and choose what you want for electives. And another thing, that when I send you this video, I'm going to include an attachment in the email that has a cheat sheet on it. And in that cheat sheet, I'll actually click really quick to the cheat sheet. In the cheat sheet here, you can see what you're required to take, okay? And then you can see under electives. So use this to help you pick, okay? For those of you who are looking at a 4-year college or university after high school, most 4-year colleges and universities are going to require 2 years of foreign language. So if that's you, you're going to want to look at either Spanish or French for a foreign language. Band and chorus are in under the electives. You have to have, before you graduate, so in the next 4 years of high school for you, you need to have 1 full fine art credit. And this explains to you what, right here in this section, explains to you what a fine art credit is counted as, or what courses you can take to get your fine art credit, if that makes sense. Okay? And band and chorus also. 1 year of band, 1 year of chorus, that's your 1 fine arts as well. And then there's other electives underneath for freshmen. There's breaking ground, there's social justice, food and nutrition, outdoor ed, woodworking is a full year, and metalworking is a full year. Okay? So use this cheat sheet that I'm going to send to you in an attachment to help you make sure you have everything. So I'm going to go back to the class registration tab. Okay, so under electives, I'm going to click on the little pencil here on the right hand side, and it says click to edit. So I'm going to go there, and that's where you'll see. So I'm going to say I'm a band student, so I'm going to take band. So I click on it, and it should turn blue. And I also really like art, and I'd like to get some of my art credits done. So I'm going to start with Art 1. Okay, so that's an additional 1.5 credits that I picked. So that I have 6.5 credits now. So I think my face might be over the top of it, but down in the bottom right hand corner, there's a button that says OK. Click on that button. Maybe I need to move my screen. Hold on. There, see that button that says OK there? You're going to hit OK. It'll take you back. And you can see down here that you have 6.5 credits now. And again, that's what you are, that's the minimum, okay? You can take up to 8 credits. I don't recommend a full 8 credits. Usually around 7 is where I like kids to stay. That allows for you to have 1 study hall, which is really important for freshmen. If you don't feel like you need a study hall, you can always, you can really book yourself up, and fill it with 8, and that's kind of a personal decision. So, when you are done this, okay, I have my stuff picked here. You know what, just for the heck of it, I'm also going to, I'm going to go back into electives, okay? And this is also where you would find your Spanish. So I'm going to send it for Spanish too. And so woodworking is on the last page, just so you can see here also is French 1. Okay, so if anybody's interested in a foreign language, that's where you would go. So now I have Spanish also, so I'm kind of fill myself up here, but I'm going to go here, click OK. Okay, now let me see if I can get this to shift a little bit so you can see here. So down in the bottom corner, you're going to see this submit button. So it's going to show that you requested 7.5 credits over here. Okay, and you can hit submit when you're done. So you're going to hit submit. Okay. So, and then it will show you what your classes are that you've chosen. So this shows me all of what's in there, been put in there for me, plus the ones that I chose. So I chose Spanish, I chose bands, and I chose art. Okay? So, that it really is as simple as that. If you go back in, I don't know if you can go back in once you've submitted. So yeah, you can. You can go back in under class registration, and you can change things. So just a few extra things. Some other things that may show up. Okay, up here in core classes, you may see Math Lab, or this is LL Center, is a lit lab. Those are supported, they're an additional period of support with your math teacher or with an English, an ed tech, Miss Torsha, who will help you with your English and help you with your math. So your 8th grade teachers may have requested that you have a math lab or a lit lab. So if those are in there, that's because your teacher has requested that you have that. You may just need a little extra bit of support. And those are only for half of a year. Okay, so that's something else you may see. Okay, one other additional thing, some freshmen have applied for Region 2. This is where you would put in your Region 2 here. I can tell you that it has become difficult to schedule freshmen for Region 2 programs. And often the programs fill up really fast and freshmen are sort of bumped out first so that upperclassmen can get them. So if you've applied and you really have your heart set on Region 2, you can throw that in there and we can look at it, but I can't make any promises as far as Region 2 goes for 9th grade. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope that's not too confusing. So once you submit, down in the corner, in the bottom corner, I'm gonna hit submit again here. It's gonna go back to that page. The final step that you really you have to do to make it official is you need to send me an email, or you need to send Mrs. Pierce an email, or you can also send Miss Crovo, Susie Crovo, an email saying, I've submitted my 9th grade courses, or I've successfully registered for 9th grade classes. Could you please review it? You have to have either Mrs. Pierce or I review those courses, okay? And then we will give the official okay on it. So we may need to email back and forth a little bit. Certainly, if you have any questions about the process, if you're confused, or things aren't looking the way that they're supposed to look for you, send me an email. We can video chat. We can work just via email to answer any questions that you need. Normally, this is a sit-down, face-to-face, one-on-one conference that we do for 8th graders. So I get that it's a lot, but it is pretty simple. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps. Thank you. Good luck.